So here's how I made becoming lean easy after struggling with it for so long. I have a confession. For the most of my life, I've wanted to build a lean body like that of a Greek statue. You know, if you watch movies like Troy or Fight Club, you look at Brad Pitt and you're like, fuck, he's a specimen of a man. Or I'm sure you know Jason Statham, like the guy that looks like a serial killer. He's ripped to the core. Now, I've always wanted to build a body like them. The thing is, I was never able to. Yeah. For me at least, I tell myself I have a slow metabolism and my baseline body composition is relatively chubby. I ate a lot of bad food. I didn't know how food works or how it affected my mind. So because of all my ignorance, no matter how hard I diet or whatever I tried, I never got the result that I wanted. It was only about 5 months ago that I dialed down an eating habit and system that got me to look like this. I don't know if you can see the veins on my shoulders, but I dropped some photos and videos just for you to know that, you know, I'm just not another guy giving you advices I don't use using chat, GTP and shit. Like, these are things that's worked for me. I hope that if you apply them, it'll work for you too. Alright? Because thing is, I know how frustrating it can be when you have an ideal version of yourself that you want to become, but you seemingly can't because, you know, all the things that you don't know. It's kind of like ignorance. But yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to become a total stud. And life is too short to not build an aesthetic body. Part 1. Kiss the weight loss. Now, there's an acronym in engineering school. It's called KISS, which stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. With weight loss, you want to keep it as simple as possible because the thing is, the more complex your things become, the harder it becomes to actually stick with it. So this is the philosophy that I followed in the past 5 months to lose around 20 to 30 pounds. I haven't been tracking my weight, but I know that I've been getting damn lean. Whether it came to eating or exercise, I want to make it as simple as possible. Because once you introduce anything fancy or complex into your routine and system, usually it's very hard to stay consistent. So following these principles, I've done all these things every day in the past 6 months. Just because they're so simple. Alright, let me stop fucking around. Part 2, diet. Now, I eat the same 3 meals every single day. Each meal has roughly 5 grams of protein. I've made a video on the exact diet that I'm on. It's going to be linked in the description. I keep the carbs low with all my meals and make sure to use butter whenever I can with all the meals that I need to cook on a stove. The low carb help you not pack on as much fat. The butter will keep your appetite low and it keeps your testosterone balanced and high. Thing is, with high testosterone, it's actually easier to maintain strength and muscle mass and become pretty lean. The 50 grams of protein per meal is how much I need to sustain or grow my muscle. I recommend if you're leaning down, aim to get anywhere between 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per body weight. The leaner you become, the higher amount of protein you should consume. If you're fat, you can get away with eating less protein. You could go with the lower portion of the range, so like 0.8 grams of protein per body weight. And because you're fat, you have energy stored in your body already, so you don't have to worry too much about strength at the gym or losing muscle. Part 3, eating habits. Simply, I don't snack. I fast for the majority of the day. This simply means I don't eat anything until my big meals. And then once I eat the big meal, I have like a 2 to 4 hour window to eat. The benefit of this is your body will be in a fat burning state for a prolonged period of time. Not to mention the mental clarity you have from not spiking your blood sugar level all the time. Now, I eat all my meals within a 2 to 4 hour time window. What this does is once I eat, I am generally very full and I am not inclined to binge eat afterwards. What I find useful on days that my appetite is high is to drink a heaping full glass of water before eating. You won't be consuming any calories, but the pressure that comes from the water, it will expand your gut and make eating a lot very difficult. This will trick your brain into thinking that you've eaten a lot, but in reality, nothing really changed in terms of calories. Part 4, cardio. I've made it a habit to get around 10,000 steps a day, Now, the way I make walking fun is I either listen to podcasts, books, or brainstorm some form of ideas. By doing these things, killing two birds with one stone, walking cardio is not a chore. I actually look forward to it. Now, you gotta understand that being lean, if you're not blessed with a fast metabolism, is a matter of lifestyle. During the time when I tried to get lean, I was living mostly a sedentary lifestyle as I would sit at my desk and play games for a majority of the day. Nowadays, I tend to go for 2 walks.
Morning, bro.
One in the morning for about 20 minutes right after I get up, and one
It is currently 8:49 at night.
at night before I go to bed. So altogether, those 2 walk sessions add up to around 10,000 steps. Sometimes more, depending on how far or how long I walk around the neighborhood. You don't really have to track any other form of cardio if you're aiming to hit at least 10,000 steps a day. Part 5. Gym. Now, I'm going to assume you want to lean down, but don't want to get to the point when you're just a twig or just skinny. You want to have some muscle mass, right? This is where you should go to the gym, at least 3 to 6 times a week. Now, my routine is a bit different right now with lifting as my goals have changed. But to simply become lean and have a decent amount of muscle mass like I did, get in at least 3 to 6 sessions of heavy lifting a week. As long as you're eating a hefty amount of protein, you will build muscle. Part 6. Bonuses. So the first 5 things to focus on are relatively simple and easy to stick to if you are in proper mental health. In order to keep up the consistency though, I recommend you get your mental health in check as well. Now, I'm not going to tell you about journaling or meditation just because they're useful, but they're not more useful than getting enough sleep. Sleep is by far the best solution to your mental health. If you can sleep well, everything is a lot easier. And life is just better when you sleep well. During my time of leaning down aggressively, I pulled many all-nighters to get content out, and I noticed that my appetite would skyrocket the next day. I'd be inclined to binge eat or eat more than I would normally because my head was foggy, so I couldn't make any clear decisions. So as good as these things are, make sure you do all of them, but at the same time, make sure that you are resting and recovering properly. Because the thing is, leaning down is just a factor of doing the same old boring stuff over and over and over. And over time, well, you're lean. It's very simple. Not easy, but very simple.